Most relationships don't fall apart because of conflict. They fall apart because of unspoken expectations. The ones you never agreed on yet still feel betrayed when they don't happen. Think about how bitterness actually shows up. You feel underappreciated, overlooked, taken for granted, and in your head the story sounds very reasonable. They should know. After everything I do, if they care, they would. But the uncomfortable truth is that most of our resentment is built on something that was never real in the first place. We expect someone to act a certain way, to show up, to reciprocate, to read the room, and then they don't, we feel wrong. Not angry enough to leave, not brave enough to speak clearly, so instead we complain internally and keep score, and somehow convince ourselves that we are the reasonable ones. Expectations are wishes pretending to be contracts. An expectation is something you want to happen, but you never actually verified with the other person. You didn't check if they agreed. You didn't ask if they were willing, you just assumed. And then, when reality doesn't match the fantasy, bitterness appears. Agreements are different, agreements are clear, they're boring, they're slightly uncomfortable. An agreement says, this is what I will do, this is what I won't do, and this is what I need. And this is what happens if it doesn't work. And that last part is why most people avoid agreements, because agreements force clarity, and clarity forces decisions. If an agreement doesn't work, something has to change. Boundaries, roles, investments, sometimes the relationship itself. Most people would rather stay stuck in resentment than risk losing a relationship that isn't working anyway. So they choose expectations, because expectations allow you to suffer without acting. They let you complain without changing anything. They let you feel morally superior while staying powerless. So what can be done if you don't want to feel bitter? Notice where you are resentful. Usually it starts with I expect them to or they should, and ask the brutal question, did I ever clearly say this out loud? And get an explicit yes. If the answer is not yes, it's not an agreement, it's a wish pretending to be a deal. And from here you have two options, to make it clear or to let it die. If you choose to make it explicit, think and say, what am I actually offering here and what do I want in return? Say it clearly, calmly, without drama, not as a demand, as information. If you choose to let it die, consciously drop the expectation and stop punishing the other person for not meeting a contract they never signed. And lastly, be willing to accept the answer. If they can't or won't meet it, that's not failure, that's just information. Move on. Expectations keep you bitter and stuck. Agreements give you clarity and choice. If you want better relationships, stop hoping people will guess what you need and start deciding what you're willing to accept.